Hello, what is up, everybody? How you doing today, Bryan?
I can't complain too much, It's been an awesome nerdy day for
Right?
football and for all other stuff, so I'm all for it.
Exciting second week of preseason.
Man, not for my Bears, but for everyone else, yeah.
But I'm Mark. This is Bryan. We're here with another episode of the Dynasty Pylon. Guess I should forget the little intro. Huh?
Yeah, throw it out there just so you guys know where you
right.
are.
So
No. Honestly, I gotta say about the preseason, instead of watching my Bears, I was really watching you guys more than anyone. I was watching the Commanders more than anyone. The offense was awesome. I was interested in the Ravens, but I didn't see anybody that I knew. So
right, yeah, they didn't really play anybody.
I was like, man, your third stringers are on the bench. The third strings are on the bench. Oh, all right, that's one way of doing it.
Well, Tyler Huntley was hurt, so he wasn't playing. And then that's why you had the third stringers like Josh Johnson, and then they had like two other quarterbacks. I was like, I don't even know who these people are. Brown was the other one.
Like, well, he played last year, didn't he?
I think so, but I was like, not 100% sure. But yeah, it was, I don't know. For me, it was one of the more exciting preseason games I probably have ever watched. Just because, obviously it's preseason, nothing really matters. But like for some reason, when you're going up against a team who's won 24 straight,
yeah,
like it seemed like we were actually trying to win that game at times.
I think you were. You were like literally, you guys were doing stuff, and they were like jumping up, yes!
Right?
And the Ravens were like, yeah. It's like whatever.
Right. Well, in the beginning, I feel like we could have gone for it on like fourth and goal from the 3, and we just kicked the field goal. So I wasn't 100% sure. But then once that second half hit, it was, oh yeah, Showboat Ron's really trying to win this one.
If you would have went for
it a couple of times,
if you would have went for it on 4th and 3 from the 3-yard line and missed it, then you were really going for it,
right?
The G Money in the house. I just wanted to say it's raining where I'm at, and nice. Unfortunately, I lost $100 in that Ravens game.
Hey, right. Oh, there's Martin. What up, Martin?
What's up, Martin?
He's the poster child for bad luck. Oh yeah, because he had money on that first preseason game too, and he didn't win that one.
You don't bet when you can have first strings against third strings, man. It's just not a good idea. It's just, why do it? But with even me saying that, Sam Howell impressed me with what I saw from him. But Jacoby Brissett did too. Honestly, he can run the offense just as well. So that makes me think that the Commanders, no matter who's going to be behind it, under the center, could probably win, 6 or 7 games.
Even Jake Fromm.
I know. Jake Fromm just knows how to win. I don't know what.
Yeah, I was like, even the announcers, because it was like 28-20, and he came in, and they're like, well, if they're going to come back and win, it's going to be Jake Fromm.
Exactly.
And he came back and led us to 9 points. I was like, why are all my I'm used to my quarterbacks looking terrible. Then we had 3 quarterbacks that actually looked like they knew what they're doing. It's very weird concept for me.
Jake Fromm was like, hey, hold my vodka. I got this. Let me go get this win real quick.
Well, I'm gonna chalk that up. I'm gonna chalk it up to Bieniemy first and foremost. I feel like kind of knows what he's doing.
Yeah, but once again, guys, I see. I'm excited because I'm thinking like, this is gonna be great. But then I'm thinking there still were third stringers they're going against.
Hey, that's what we'll be going up against week 1. So
that is 100% true.
You got like the worst rated. You hear how? I wonder how Martin feels about this. I don't even know if he's heard. But Isaiah Simmons in that second preseason game for the Cardinals was rated at a 26.1.
Yeah, I heard that.
He looked awful.
But what do you count that? You say that's because
was this a bad game, or they just not comprehending this new system,
or was he's saying F the system?
Right,
who's gonna go make plays?
Rating.
Hey, Brady, at least you guys are trying to lose. Like we didn't play anyone in the second preseason game, and now our entire offensive line is out. The entire offensive line and Cole Kmet are all hurt.
Oh, geez.
It's crazy. Except for Braxton Jones. Somehow Braxton Jones just doesn't get hurt. He's like, I don't know. the $4 million man or something like that. I don't know.
I don't know. Scary Terry had his toe injured.
Yeah. That scared me a little bit though. I was like, oh,
it
there
scared
goes the season.
me because of his reaction more than anything. Like he came off the field and slammed his helmet down, and I was like, oh no. Like that's just a competitor who like feels like he just got seriously hurt, and that's why he's angry.
Yeah.
And that I was like, oh no. So apparently it came back negative though. So
but they still said, well, 3 to 4 weeks is possible.
yeah.
So he might not be there for opening game. But does that matter?
Oh, not with
as long as you're there for week 2, you're good.
Well, not just that, but Sam Howell, Jahan Dotson, seems like that's going to be the connection this year. So
the question is though, is it because if defense don't have another guy to worry about on the other end, can they just load up and can Jahan beat the double coverage that that stacked safety?
Well, definitely having McLaurin will help.
Yeah, I think Simmons was timid after the unnecessary roughness call.
It's possible.
Okay. And Bart says he's playing nothing but DB now.
Well, maybe he should be playing DB.
But this is a good question. Do y'all know the 6 teams that inquired about JT? 2 proposed trades. I'm not sure who. Yeah, so I saw 6 teams have inquired about him, and 2 guys have actually given trade offers for it. I don't think it's going to be a lot because I think the Colts in their mind, or specifically their owner, thinks that they're going to get this buttload of picks.
Mm-hmm.
No one in their right mind is going to give a buttload of picks for any running back. It don't matter how good you are. So, like, the most I can see you getting is like a second and a third and a guy.
Right. Well, there was
I don't see a first round pick going, because your first round pick you don't spend on anybody.
Right.
It's not named Bijan. Like,
well, when you got fans, because like we have Alex in our league, Colts Club, and even he was like, "I'll take Antonio Gibson in a third."
I was like, "Yeah."
I was like, "That's a bit low." I mean, I would do that if I was the Commanders.
Well, no, if it was Antonio Gibson in a second, I probably would do that. I think that's pretty much a safe trade because, once again, I mean, though he's 23 years old, you gotta pay him, so you're gonna have to pay come up money, and then knowing that running backs just aren't what you're getting. I mean, you're gonna give him a second or third. What are you gonna do?
Oh God, why? No.
Yes, the Eagles have reportedly discussed the possibility of trading for Colts running back Jonathan Taylor, according to Evan Massey. The Eagles have been among the most aggressive suitors for Taylor. Because they can. Can you imagine JT behind that offensive line? Well, I know you don't want to. I know you don't want to.
James agrees with what Martin said. He said, "What made no sense. You guys had all your starters the entire half, like we all do."
Yeah, what y'all doing? They're trying to win the game.
I don't know. I remember back in the day when they had the 4 preseason games, it was like, all right, first preseason game, you play like a drive or 2, and then the second game you play into the second quarter, and then a lot of times in that third game you played like the second half or first half, sometimes into the second half, and then they didn't play in the fourth game at all.
Here's the issue, though. When you look across the field and realize the other team is playing their third string everything, and you still got your first string in, and then you're celebrating when you win the game, I mean, that is a little bit much. But, I mean, maybe they kind of fooled me, too, because I'm looking at them like, man, this is not a 3-win team. But then I have to remember, that's not against the number 1 defense. But to be fair, their number 1 defense wasn't out there either, and that's probably the best part of their team.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the only reason that kind of made it a little even to me was because if you think about it, our offense was out there, but the crazy thing is for the most part it was just a back and forth game.
But their defense wasn't out there either.
Exactly. But then our defense wasn't out there either, so that's why they're
both your defenses right there weren't out there. But your number 1 offense was out there, and their number 4 offense was out there. So it's not like it's even. Yeah. But I'm not expecting you guys to be the Baltimore Ravens, but
those are third and fourth stringers ended up winning the games.
The Baltimore Ravens could be, a contender this year. I'm not saying you guys are a contender, but if your guys are good enough to win a game, put a game plan together, maybe they win more games than we think, and maybe Sam Howell can do things. So Who knows? He said
Taylor Swift backfield.
Yeah,
okay, we're just
the
gonna
Taylor
click
Swift's
on it.
backfield.
NFL death on everybody's ears in our chat, by the way. People are just trying to push for Taylor Swift, kind of like French fries. It wouldn't make sense, to be honest. I don't think it would. And he says, was celebrating the preseason win more awkward? Did you see that Josh Harris thing when he was in the booth with him?
Yeah.
Going for a handshake with Joe Buck? Yeah, that was very awkward. He literally was like this, and then he was like, I just put my hand on my hips. That's what I was trying to do.
I don't think a Taylor Swift backfield is a problem because you guys forget how often Swift gets hurt. Swift like literally gets hurt every 3 games. It's like clockwork. You can tell what time it is by what if Swift got hurt all the time. So if you can't depend on your running back, and you already see it going on right now, and that's why Gainwell's getting as many carries as he is during practices. Maybe they know something that we don't know. Maybe it's not looking for a duo back. Maybe they're looking for someone who could actually carry the load. So we'll see.
Let's see. All right. So I know for sure.
All the other NFL news?
No, I was actually trying to look stuff up.
So Sam Darnold wins the QB2 battle. So that throws Trey Lance totally in limbo. Trey Lance, I believe, will be traded before the first season game. Before, was it September 9th? I won't say before September 6th, he's traded.
Oh, God. Why, Braden? Why are we doing this?
Would a
Taylor Swift backfield create bad blood?
Dude, if Swift was fine last year, with Williams taking all the touchdowns, why?
Oh, he's naming stupid.
Or would Taylor take it off?
He's naming Taylor Swift songs. He's being stupid.
Oh, you're too funny.
But to go back to what you were saying, yes, I did actually hear that Sam Darnold won the backup job. And then also on the tagline, I heard they're trying to figure out what they want to do with Trey Lance. I was like, that does not sound good for Trey Lance.
They're going to trade him. And I think they're going to trade him for a bag of chips. And they're trying to get a sandwich in a bag of chips, but they don't even get the bag of chips.
Oh, I agree.
Oh, my God. Not Marty.
Can we stop, guys? Can we stop, please? Please. No more.
Not Marty,
no more. No more.
Oh, man.
No more Taylor Swift puns, please.
What'd you think about Corey Davis retiring?
That was kind of shocking. But he wasn't on a roster, though, was he?
He was on the Jets.
Oh, was he on the Jets still?
Yeah, he was still on the Jets. Even depth chart, I thought he was on the second string depth chart. And all of a sudden he's just like, yeah, I'm out. I'm stepping away from football.
Well, that's up there with like Miles Jack, too. He was actually in line to be a starter for the Eagles.
Yeah.
And then he was like, now I'm good. I'm going to retire. He's like the same age, too, I think. Like 27, 28.
Yep, they're 28 years old and you're retiring. I was like, what? All right. I mean, I guess. he retires and we still got Randall Cobb. Randall Cobb's going to be around forever. Martin says, don't blame me. I'm not the media. Yeah, funny. But Taylor Swift backfield could work in pro set. It would work in anything, but you probably wouldn't have both of them. You'll probably still have Taylor all the time and have Swift come in sometimes. So you could put split Taylor out.
Right.
That's what he'll work.
There's no way you're going to give up what it'll take to get Taylor and then play him.
No, or part of the package will be Swift, second and a third, or something like that.
I don't know. That's what that'd be. Swift gets traded again.
All right, we'll go to the next team. Just go to the next team. We upgraded you. Oh, man. I can see that, though.
Yeah.
That's too much to trade.
What do you think of the... Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. If you're going to trade for the guy and then pay him, because obviously he's not going to go somewhere if he's not going to get paid.
Unless you already know Swift is not the guy. And
I
you
get
want to
that,
put it
but I'm
on
just
someone
saying, but
else.
you're going to do
You're
all that.
paying
You're
Swift.
not going to not play him. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but yeah, so you're paying Swift.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like maybe you're getting rid of him because that's actually less money going off, and then money, that's more money to give Taylor.
And James said, I heard Randall Cobb was there to square the Young Bucks away, like Rogers is afraid. Talk to the Young Bucks.
I mean, we can always find out.
So what do you think about the drama unfolding in Kansas City?
Dude, with Jones saying he's not going to show up to week 8.
Well, there's that, and then there's like Andy Reid was asked about it, and he's just like, I don't know anything. I just know he's not here, and I'm not expecting him anytime soon. I was like, damn.
No, honestly, it sounded like he's like, well, he don't want to show up. We ain't going to pay him.
Yeah,
so he have to show up for the rest of this thing, and if we have to, because they can't afford to pay him all the money he wants. That's just what it is.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They already got how much tied up with everybody else.
Mm-hmm. And they figure, whatever, we'll wait. And you'll show up at week 8 and we'll win the Super Bowl. And go from there. Whatever.
Well, is that defense able to function without him?
Their defense was barely functioning anyway.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Now you take him away, I feel like
you just outscore teams. You still have Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. You just gotta hope that they can do a good prevent, a good umbrella coverage. And we'll just outscore you.
Right.
I mean, what else can you do at this point? I mean, there's no one on
the
track.
I get it. It's a business, and you're like, we don't have the money that you're looking for. But you would think you at least pay out his contract. No, he wants it now.
Well, so if he comes back week 8, I mean, the Chiefs could do things like get someone who's been who retired, like Ndamukong Suh, or someone that's on got 8 games in them. Pay them to hold it together until he comes back, and then do what they do. I think that's sometimes a smarter move. What do you think about Zeke with the Patriots, man?
Feels at home. Feels like said he feels at home, so he feels like he's liking it there.
I mean, and he's getting more and more run. Like the more they see him, the more they're liking him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's a type of running back that makes the quarterback better. Mac and Cheese is going to be better because he has Zeke there, because he knows he just hand the ball off to him, and they're going to score touchdowns instead of all those field goals they were scoring last year, which might not help him in his division, but maybe they can solidify McLaurin. Mac can actually do something.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping that works out for him. I still think they only win 7 games, but whatever.
Sorry, I was just trying to find what defensive tackles are available, but apparently, here we go. Akeem Hicks.
Okay, that works.
He might have 8 games. I mean, Matt and Ioannidis.
Okay.
Linval Joseph, Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah, it's Ndamukong Suh. That's why I was like, he makes sense. He's looking for a Super Bowl. He only could do a little bit longer. He can still get after the quarterback. He stops the run. Akeem Hicks is the problem with him is that you don't know his motor, and he always gets hurt. And Ndamukong Suh, he's going to play. He doesn't get hurt. He's going to be not as great, but he's going to be good all the time, and you can trust. And then he could probably play alongside him when Jones comes back.
Yeah.
So I think that works.
Yeah. They got a couple options, I suppose.
And it won't cost them that much money.
Exactly. That's why I said give him 1 year veteran minimum.
Exactly. And call it a day.
They got options.
When does Nick Bosa come back? Does he give up?
Yeah, that is a good question.
Like I see all these other people coming back to camp.
Even if he holds out till week out, when he comes back, he's going to have an injury or need to work his way back in.
Depends on how many wins they have. If the Chiefs are 7-1, he comes back and he's like, man, I could win another Super Bowl. Maybe he does.
No, he's a holdout.
Yeah, Nick Bosa's a holdout.
Both Bosa and Jones have been in the facility. that I know of.
So yeah, Bosa's still in Fort Lauderdale. From
I was gonna say I thought he was like across the country.
He said no trade request, no warning shots fired through media, no nothing. He's just like, give me my money or I'm not showing up. I'm taking my ball and going home. I mean, do you think that's a bad move for him, honestly?
For him? I don't think so. He's still young. He's like, what, 25, 26? Maybe only 25, 24?
I know he has to be older than that, right?
Oh, I don't think so.
Bosa's older than Chase Young.
25.
25? Wow.
He's only 25. Yeah, he's still
How
young.
old is Chase Young?
Chase Young? I think he's like 24.
Okay, so then he is old, young. Okay.
Yeah,
he'll be 26 this season. All right, okay.
So he'll be 26. Chase will be 25.
I was like, Bosa was older than him. He was a year older.
Well,
that's right. Still
a year older. I think they got drafted when they were like 21.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them.
They're both monsters too.
Mm-hmm.
Alex says Bosa's negotiating a deal. I heard it won't take much longer for him to get back.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, John Lynch has been good and have good faith negotiations.
He does.
Everyone, he could trust John Lynch. And San Francisco's not spending a whole lot of money on quarterback.
Right, exactly.
So they have the money.
Yep.
And what Brady said, he thinks the Niners are waiving the penalty for not being there too.
Oh yeah, I think I heard that too. So that's why there isn't a trade request. That's why there is no drama between the 49ers and Nick Bosa. They're just trying to get things done.
So like, we understand why you're not here. You understand what we're doing.
Exactly.
We're gonna work this out. You'll be here forever.
And let's be honest. I think Nick Bosa is one of those people that even if he gets there right before week 1, he'll probably still dominate.
Your only job is to go get the quarterback.
Exactly.
And
he's
to
like,
make
I'll
it
stretch a little bit. I'll do this. All right, I'm good to go.
So to make it easier on you, we would have got you someone on the other end.
Brock Purdy should have 2 more years after this year. He gets a 4-year. Well, I don't know. Contract. He's a 7th round pick. I don't know. He might.
It doesn't matter because no matter what, you still get.
He might have got a 7 or 3-year.
I think he get a 4-year contract.
Well, I'm thinking of undrafted. Maybe think of undrafted for you. Yeah, it should be 4 years still.
I think undrafted is 2.
Yeah, I think that's what I was thinking. So yeah, he should still have at least 2 more years after this. He just doesn't have that 5th year because obviously he wasn't in the first round.
Yeah. But can you imagine like Nick Bosa's gonna come back and he's gonna look across, he's gonna be like Stephon Hargrave is over there, Eric Armstead's right next to you. Like you're still gonna be okay. Like so not only are you awesome, you don't have to worry about getting double teamed because they gotta take care of inside first.
Yeah, even Martin should be 4. Yeah, it should be 4.
I think what they'll do is they'll give him a little raise because right now he's not making any money. So what they'll do is they'll give him an extension for the 5th year and then let him go. Contract goes to 2025, and then
so 2 more years after. Yep, so 2 more years.
So extend a year, give him $10 million, make him feel good, and then you're like good faith negotiation for 2026. But $10 million for a quarterback is a drop in the bucket. But you make him feel better, and then now when the contract comes up, he's going to give you that hometown discount because you took care of him. I think they're in the best position, honestly, because they don't have to worry about paying them right now. Oh, man, that's terrible.
Oh, yeah, that's not good at all.
So you do that in my work league. We're going to talk about you every day. I'm going to bring you up. I'm going to have announcements.
Exactly. Yeah, that sucks.
And David, who didn't pay attention and didn't pay attention to any of the stuff going on last week.
Brock Purdy's cap hit is $889,000.
That's what I'm saying. Can you imagine them giving him $10 million? Man. He gets through the season, they give him $10 million, and he's happy. And they give money for 2 more years, and then they give him a contract. And it doesn't have to be like a $40 million contract. It could be like a $38 million contract.
Even if they give him $20 million.
Like, they're going to be good for a long time, especially if he is the guy. which we'll find out. He looked really good in the preseason game. I was impressed.
Oh yeah, he looked good too.
So I don't know. That's
Martin
easy
says
money.
That's just easy money. I mean, sometimes
depending on how much money.
But if you're the only one into something, like I get what he's saying. They all don't pay attention. Pick up all the people on the waivers. You do it all.
Yeah, but it makes no fun.
Win. But that's what I'm saying. But then you're not having fun because you're the only one doing it. And then I don't know. To me, if you're just blowing people out or like just winning every week, that doesn't be. I mean that's kind of fun, but no one really to brag about because no one else seems to care.
Exactly.
Like my favorite wins are when like you're in this group, it's super competitive, and you come out on top.
That means you actually did something.
Exactly.
Everyone else like you didn't do nothing.
Exactly. That's why you do more leagues. There you go. That's why you do more leagues. He's not lying. All right, should we get to this?
Yeah, let's go ahead and pull it up. All right, here was our draft from Sunday. I want to see what James says again. So, living in California is not easy money. The government takes half of it always. He's not wrong. That's exactly how it goes.
We're gonna do all the teams, or just?
I say. First off, who did the best? I want you to pick the best for you.
Why don't we break the teams down and then do that?
I mean, if you can. I mean, do you want to go through all 12 teams?
I mean, we can do it real quick, I guess.
All right.
Well, let's just go over like my team, Martin's team, Tank's team, Anthony's team, your team.
I'm all right with that.
We go over each of our teams.
And then say, we'll just go from there. All right.
Says whoever is here first, I guess.
All right, well, let's go over your team first, Mark.
All
right, so first of all, I don't know how you got Justin Jefferson and turn around and got T. Higgins.
Hey.
No clue.
Me either, man. Me either. Don't trust me. I was like, all right. I believe I even was like, all right, I guess I'll take T. Higgins. I should have put him in the third round because that would have been hilarious.
That would have been awesome. You will mess up his ADP.
I know, right? Somebody's like, you got T. Higgins in the third round? Oh, yeah, but...
you drafted with idiots.
Right.
Then you got ETN in the third. You got Watson, followed by Goodwin.
Well, Goodwin was obviously an accident.
Yeah. I was like,
I was trying to get Miles Sanders.
Let's go ahead and get 4 receivers in the first 5 rounds. But okay, whatever.
I guess.
But Montgomery and Gibson and Tua as your quarterback in the 8th round, which I think you just kind of pressured into because everyone was taking all these quarterbacks.
Yeah, a little bit.
Then we got Harris in the 9th. Dalton Schultz in the 10th is not bad. Aaron Rodgers in the 11th is actually might be just better than having Tua.
Yeah,
there are gonna be weeks where you want Aaron Rodgers.
I figured I should probably get at least a second quarterback just because of the injury history with Tua. And then Aaron was still sitting there, so I was like, I'll do it.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I like Michi. I think Michi, this could be a breakout year for him. And same thing with Laporta. Laporta makes sense. Getting Gus Edwards at the end, make sure your running back room pretty much whole. You don't have to worry about, injury.
Mm-hmm.
Only thing I say is Harris. I worry about him because I don't think he's going to have any numbers at all. Yeah. But everything else, between Goodwin and Harris, I think are the only Godwin. So Godwin and Harris are the only ones that are really only questionable ones. But everything else is either solid or great.
Thanks for bringing up Godwin because we all know I was trying to get Miles Sanders.
It's not there. That's all we know. It's not there. But no, it's a good team. I like it. You can see your strategy. Get as much help, as much talent as much as you can early in the rounds. Get your quarterbacks late. You got Tua and Aaron Rodgers, which will give you decent numbers. I believe Tua is ranked among quarterbacks 11th, and Aaron Rodgers is ranked 12th among all quarterbacks. Which is not bad. You'll still be able to compete with those type of things, especially with having as much talent as you have. So I like it. All right. Let's go to Tank because we can't do team 2 because it's not there.
Well, it is Martin's team. I'll just read it off real quick and then we'll.
I can't highlight it, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, unfortunately we can't highlight it because Martin decided to leave or got kicked out. I'm not 100% sure what happened, but yeah, I can't highlight it. But quick, let's go real quick. With the second pick, he got Christian McCaffrey, and then when it came back to him, he got Jalen Waddle, and then after that, third round, he got Najee Harris, followed by Terry McLaurin, Dameon Pierce. You got Mike Williams in the 6th. I feel like that guy got a little higher, and then he got his quarterback Joe Burrow in the 5th or the 7th, and then Zach Charbonnet and Zay Flowers, 2 probably really productive rookies. Zay Flowers actually looked really good on Monday.
Zay Flowers all of them look good. All the wide receivers, and I've heard Odell Beckham Jr. has been doing a great job in practice too, so he's going to be good too.
And then he got David Njoku, Kirk Cousins to be his backup, Jalen Hyatt, which he kind of sniped. I was actually looking at Jalen Hyatt, and then he got him. I was not happy.
You're like, all right.
But I got Mechie, so I'm not going to complain. And they got Tajay Spears and Greg Dolch was his last pick.
Yeah.
Which isn't terrible. Overall, not bad. Pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's a solid team. A very solid team.
Oh, yeah, you got when you get Mike Williams as your third receiver, and then still able to get Joe Burrow in the 7th. Pretty good.
Joe Burrow in the 7th is awesome.
Oh, hey, what up, Anthony? Oh, we got Roman
first. Roman in this. Yeah, Roman's in here.
Yeah, you are team 2, but you and Anthony, for some reason, you got Rossi, you guys left. I don't know what happened.
So you guys leave, we can't pick on your team. So
he goes, neither do you. And then we got, what's good? Hey, man, what's up, Roman? He said, sup, Roman. And then we got Anthony Price. What's up?
We're waiting on you, Anthony.
I know you missed our whole breakdown of the Commanders game, man.
I can't believe that's what we talked about so much, man. But they deserved it. They deserved it.
So go ahead and move on to Tank.
All right, we're gonna highlight Tank's team. Took Tyreek Hill in the 1st, which surprised the hell out of me. What about you? Did you think that was a good pick, or before Jamar Chase?
No, that was weird to me. I mean, I don't think overall it's that big a deal, but I mean, me personally, I would have gone Jamar.
I would have taken Jamar Chase twice before I took Tyreek Hill. So then Josh Jacobs in the 2nd round.
Well, he's lucky SOB because I guess he's
he just showed up. He just showed up.
So he goes from a laughing stock to looking like a genius.
He was like, I knew the whole time.
Right. Getting Josh Jacobs that late. I was like, we laughed at him too. And then I feel like the next day, the next
day it happened.
And
yes,
I was like,
did.
God dang it, man.
So Josh Jacobs right now is going his average draft. He's 8th on running backs. He's an RB8 right now. So say what you want to say about him. That's okay, I guess. You can come back around.
He went 9. Or he was the 10th.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So that's about it makes sense, I guess.
And then, like I said, got lucky because
he's there.
Quarterback. Yep.
And Devontae Smith, who is really, though he's the number 2, he plays like a number 1. He scores like a number 1. So that works. 2
skinny, fast receivers.
Exactly. J.K. Dobbins. Well, Tyreek is not really skinny. So.
Man, he's short, though.
J.K. Dobbins. I feel like it's a little early, but, whatever. I'm okay with that.
Tad bit, but it's not terrible.
I reached the more than they did. So
the only reason I don't mind him taking Dobbins where he did was because he wouldn't have gotten him if he had. Because Martin would have taken.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and he took him from Martin.
So knowing your surroundings, it's actually not a bad pick in my.
Agreed. I can't go wrong. J.K. Dobbins is going number is RB21. On sleeper, yeah. He's averaging the 30th person gone. So that's okay. That works. Sam Howell looked good. He did against third stringers.
19 of 24, 2 touchdowns.
But he looked like he knew what the hell he was doing with the ball, and that's sometimes all that matters.
The accuracy, like I was like, I don't think I've seen a Washington quarterback look this accurate in my life. Like it was like where it needed to be. So not only can the guy catch it, but the defenders won't get to it.
I can't wait till we get back to that because I do want to talk about what was said at this press conference I was listening to with Bieniemy.
All right, we'll get to that.
Yeah. All right. So then we got Ayuk in the 5th, George Kittle, San Francisco, in the 6th, who is probably the 3rd best tight end. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, he threw me for a loop because I was actually looking at getting him, and then he took him, and I was like, dang
it. Where do you think George Kittle's been going as far as tight ends?
Like how many?
Yeah, how many tight ends go in front of him?
I would say 2 to 3.
He's actually 4.
Who's the 4th?
Surprisingly, TJ Hawkinson.
So it is TJ. So just like our draft went.
Yeah, exactly how ours went.
I don't know. Like I love TJ Hawkinson. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't know Minnesota's offense.
Exactly. I don't know how the balance of Minnesota's offense. That's what scares me a little bit.
4.
Yep, 4. That's what it is. Right in front of Darren Waller.
I guess we should go over Anthony's team too.
Yeah, we'll do that next. All right, so we got Lawrence, which is a great spot to get him. I love seeing him in the 7th round. That means you really got some talent in front of him, and yeah, he's gonna score a lot. And he's not a dual threat quarterback, but he can score touchdowns with his legs too. So he does give you points. And Trevor Lawrence is ranked in the top 10 as far as quarterbacks. He's number 8 for fantasy football quarterback. So I like that. Kadarius Toney, Khalil Herbert, Odell Beckham Jr. in the 10th. Al Jair in the 11th. Zay Jones in the 12th. Brock Purdy as his backup, and Michael Gallup at the end. So how do you feel about Tank's team?
Zay Flowers in the 9th and Odell in the 10th. Those could be steals.
Those are really good steals, especially because Odell seems like he is going to be their number 1 overall.
I think he
receiver.
will be. And then it seems like watching last night's game, they're making an emphasis on actually passing the ball. So.
Yep. Their offense is definitely different. That is definitely a different team.
Oh, it definitely is.
And I will be really looking into Lamar Jackson's numbers this year. I think he's going to have eye-popping numbers as far as rushing yards and passing yards. Mm-hmm. All right, but overall, Tank, pretty good team. I can't say it.
Yeah. Not bad. I mean, you got Al Jair will still be used. You got Khalil Herbert, who will definitely be probably around the 2 spot in Chicago all year.
He will be right around there, 2 or 3. I mean, they're going to run all 3 guys. That's fine.
So I don't know. I think his biggest knock, like we said, would just be like, why did we pass on Jamar Chase?
Yeah.
And then he got lucky with Josh Jacobs.
He got lucky. I don't think we got the 2 Zays confused. Zay Jones is the one who plays with Trevor Lawrence.
Yep.
With T-Law. So yeah, we know.
Exactly. All right.
I like T-Law for its value this year. If I miss out on the big 3, you can wait a little later and get T-Law. I wonder who are the big 3 for you, because Jalen Hurts is actually going 3rd in most drafts. So that's just one question I have.
Well, I know he went kind of late in ours. Yeah, he went 9th. 9-3.
All right. So, which team is Anthony's?
He's Redmond.
Let's jump there because I just want to see this.
Yeah. Well, if I said Jones, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say it on purpose.
Yeah, he did. He did on
Obviously,
purpose.
Zay Flowers. Well, Zay Flowers played on Monday, not last night.
And we said Zay Flowers. Didn't we say that because that was on Martin's team? Oh no, so Redmond is Roman. This is Romans. So we'll talk about Anthony's afterwards.
Is Anthony not in here?
I think he was team 11.
Was he? So we'll talk about Roman.
So let's still talk about Roman's team anyway. All right, so we're looking at the 7th pick overall. You got Travis Kelce. How do you feel about Travis Kelce going 7?
My personal experience, that's one of the harder.
When do you draft him? Yeah.
Well, because the only way to make it really worthwhile is to try to get Patrick Mahomes to go with him.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, Rasta said, nope, not letting that happen. And took him before he could.
Dude, now, if Roman did get Travis Kelce and we let him just get Mahomes, he might as well cancel the whole season. The draft is over. Just let it go.
Now, that being said, though, I will say between his tight end, obviously, he has the best tight end in football. Mm-hmm. He's got a really good quarterback who I think is going to have a breakout year.
Let's see.
Yeah, see, I told you this was Anthony. He said he wasn't in this draft.
No, Anthony. Oh, which Anthony?
Anthony Price.
No, I didn't do this draft. What is this?
One of you guys were in this draft.
Oh, Mike was it? That was Mike. Okay, it was Michael. It was Michael.
Michael. Okay.
It was Michael. It was Michael. Yeah.
Oh man, it's all over the place. Sorry, guys. So neither Anthony Price or Roman were in this draft.
That's all right. We'll figure that out in a second.
So this was Michael's team. Well, anyway,
still go over it. Yeah.
I feel like he got obviously the best tight end, and then he got some really good receivers with Devontae Adams and DK, and then he got a top-tier running back.
Was DK early for you? Because I remember someone saying that's a little early for DK. I was like, was it?
I don't think so. Not 5 or 3. Round 3? No, not round 3. At the end of round 3 too.
DK is going
middle of round 3.
He is the 17th wide receiver.
Especially in a PPR. And how many receivers? 1.
He's going number 37 overall.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 3 receivers ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So who would have been before him?
Let's see. So who went after?
So you gotta got maybe Debo, Calvin Ridley, Mark Cooper. Maybe those 3 should have.
Calvin Ridley is ranked ahead of him.
Yeah, I was gonna say it. So those are probably the 3 that are ranked ahead.
DJ Moore is ranked ahead of him.
Oh, DJ Moore, interesting.
And that's it, honestly. Yeah.
Now Rasta was team 4. I know for a fact Rasta was team 4.
But let's go through this. Okay, so then get Lamar Jackson.
So
James Conner is his first running back. That's his first.
The only issue is his running backs are a little.
Yeah. Cam Akers being your second one, RB2.
So he did get 2 RB1s for their teams, but I mean, how good are Conner and
really good?
Be? And then you got AJ Dillon.
AJ Dillon goes with them. Once again, RB2. So.
And then you got Raheem Mostert, who's again an RB2. He is an RB1 on his team, but they're pass heavy, and I don't think he got more than 18 carries last year.
Yep, on any game.
Mm-hmm. And I do like Tank Bigsby. I think Pedersen came out and said he's going to have a significant role. So.
Okay. Does the ETN become more of the pass one? Running back?
Oh, maybe, but I think it'll be. I don't know. I'm thinking it'll be more like the traditional, like ETN goes, and then the next drive will be Bigsby, and then the next drive ETN.
or is it like the Chubb type of thing, like when you
Chubb with Hunt?
Yeah, so you get 2, Chubb got 2, and then Hunt will get 1, then 2, then 1. Would that be how it goes? ETN, then Bigsby gets 1. Yeah,
it could be, but if at any point ETN might struggle a bit, and then Bigsby starts taking off, close in a little bit,
I don't know. I mean, that's hard putting ETN on the bench.
I know.
Marquise Brown.
I mean, you're not trying to kill running backs.
That's true. You want to try to keep them healthy as long as you can,
especially if you're planning on being in the playoffs, which I think Jacksonville is.
They should, because they should win 11 to 12 games. They should.
I mean, even if they win 7, they still win the division. So. Just saying.
I think you have to win 8 to win the division.
Yeah.
8. So Marquise Brown and we got Burks, Porter Sutton. You said Mostert and Bigsby, Myers, and Bryce Young as his backup. How do you feel about this team overall?
Like I said, it's just the running backs concern me.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you get past the top 2 receivers, that kind of concerns me.
So once you get past the top 2, everything is really up in the air, and everything in the running back room is up in the air too.
Exactly.
So you better score a lot with Kelsey, your top 2 receivers, and Lamar Jackson.
Exactly.
I agree with what Roman's saying right here. This is what I was thinking. ETN becomes the 3rd wide receiver when Tank comes in.
That could happen too. Like have Tank be the running back and then have him be a receiver.
Yeah, that's exactly how I see it.
Anthony, I'm in the division draft. I should know. I'm getting notifications
every day. Every hour.
Thanks, Martin. Well, trust me. I'll be looking down like, what's happened? Oh, he's activating a league.
Speaking of drafts, guys, we have to talk about Martin's draft. You want to throw that in there real quick? His Build-A-Blocks.
We're doing a Build-A-Blocks league. We have it in the description, right?
I actually put it right there in the comments right there. That is.
He says, Anthony Price, you can turn them off for certain leagues, my guy. So there you go. It's in the description. We put it in the comments. Get in. It's a Build-A-Blocks league. It's a new concept Martin's doing. Basically, it's the easiest setting up or easiest of running league, the hardest to draft, because each week, so going into week 1, you do a draft and it's just one person you're getting, one player, and then you start them, and then going into week 2, you draft your second player, all the way until you have a full roster going into the last week, and then the playoffs will start.
You know what's interesting about it? The questioning of, do you go running back, or do you go Justin Jefferson, or do you go quarterback to secure your win for week 1?
Yeah, that was about a 50-50, because I think there was 6 of us in the trial one. And I think 3 of us went quarterback.
And I went running back.
And then 3 went running back.
And it's hard. It's a hard decision.
But it's going to be harder when there's 12 people, though.
Exactly.
Because then you really got to be like, oof.
But it's also looking at everyone else. So I think people at the back end of the draft will have a little bit more of an advantage, because you can see what everyone else did in front of you.
Yeah, so basically it'll be that. So instead of waivers on that Tuesday, we do our draft.
Exactly.
So like I said, before week 1, you do your draft, you pick up a player. And then on that next Tuesday, we will have the next one. And that's when you pick your second.
That's it. That's it. Roman says that sounds fun. It does sound fun.
Says, how do you determine draft? So what we do is, if you win, you get to the bottom. If you lose, you get to the top, and then it'll be who's. So if you lose, and then it based off of who loses, it's the person who scored the least amount of points.
Yep.
So if you lost and scored the least amount of points, you'll have the first pick. If you won and scored the most points for the week, you get last. So that's why there's a bit of strategy involved, because you don't want to just win, or you don't want to just Like you don't want to lose, but you also don't want to blow someone out.
Exactly. You want to have
a
lower amount of points for winning.
So that way you can still be in that middle range of the draft. Like, I don't know. It's interesting.
Martin says, I'll explain everything. No, guys, he can't talk yet, so we'll know. We'll see. Because we got to do it soon.
Whenever Mark decides to start the South Division, I have to get with you, Martin, to figure out how to do that. I think I know how to do it, but I'm not 100% sure I haven't looked at it quite yet. I'll do it before the end of this week.
Yeah, that sounds.
And makes sense, yeah. So, and then the other thing, too, is if you get injured, you're screwed.
Exactly. You better get someone who's going to be durable as hell. So, or you could do what Tank did and draft Russell Wilson #1 overall.
Yeah, that made no sense. I'm going to get Russell Wilson.
What?
My mind is all over the place. I come up with this concept 2 years ago and tested it last year. Yeah, you should have full roster by championship weeks. Yep.
That's exactly what happens.
So we do playoffs, but like by championship week is probably when you get the full roster.
Yeah. It worked out. It worked out really well.
No, it was actually really fun. But I mean, we only had 6 people, so it was a little different.
Yeah. And then we didn't play for nothing, so of course I won.
Yep.
That's just how things work.
Yeah. I was doing really good, and then I think I had some injuries, and then I was like,
there's nothing you can do about it because you don't have a bench. Yeah. This is like, it's over.
Exactly. Especially if you get those injuries early. Like you get week 3, and then 2 of your first 2 people get hurt, you're screwed. Because it's like, I'm going to go up against someone who has 4 people, and I'm only going to have 1 or 2.
That's what happened to Tank too. So like he got that, and then his next 2 people were all hurt the entire year.
And then he had Russell as his quarterback. So
like you lost.
I don't even know. Honestly, I don't even think he won a game.
No, I think he lost every single week. It was terrible. All right, which team should we go over next?
I'll say yours.
All right. Why not? I was at the end of the draft. It was hard. I've never been at the back end, and it was a good experience for me. So, you want to go through the team, and I'll just sit here and listen.
I'll just do something quickly. 2 seconds. All right. So Bryan over here at the end with his first pick got AJ Brown, and then with the second pick, Derrick Henry, and then he had to wait for everything to swing back to him. And then that's when he got Jahmyr Gibbs, followed by Justin Fields, and then he went receiver heavy for the next 3 picks, getting George Pickens, Darnell Mooney, and Brandon Cooks. And then he got Jamal Williams, Cole Kmet, reached. Yeah, Cole Kmet got hurt. Super reached for Justin Ross.
Yeah.
Got Kendre Miller, Tyler Boyd, Russell Wilson, and then his last one was Okonkwo from Tennessee.
So I see 2 reaches from my team. Two super reaches, I think.
So I'm giving you crap because it is a reach, but I do feel like it could be a steal still, even at that draft pick, because I don't know. I really think Justin Ross could be the #1 receiver.
Because Kadarius Toney is always hurt. Yeah.
That's just what it is. Exactly. No, exactly. He's always hurt. And Justin Ross was a high prospect before getting injured 2 years in a row in college, and then signed with the Chiefs and then got hurt.
Yep.
So this is the most healthy he's been in like 4 years.
And of course, he has a lot of talent. He's a big guy. Really
is. 6'4", but he's super fast.
And he's showing his talent.
And he's got hands. He's got hands.
And when you're sitting with the best quarterback, come on, that works. My other reach I see is Darnell Mooney, but I know I reached for him because I didn't think he was going to come back around, and I wanted someone to stack with my quarterback.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It was a little bit of a reach, but if you do wanting the double stack, and he is the #2 with DJ garnishing a lot of attention, it could be a breakout year for Mooney.
Exactly. I'm thinking. So,
Anthony Price, also in addition to turning off notifications, you can reorder your leagues and what you want to see first, so that way you're not scrolling past all these divisions. The more I think about it, drafting a running back is not good. They always get injured.
It depends on which running back you get.
Yeah, it depends.
You know, because
you gotta
can't
have running
the
backs.
worst.
You can't have the worst because then you're not going to win.
Exactly. So
that
would be my other critique of my own team would be that I need another running back.
And then I don't know. I'm still not 100% sold on Russell Wilson.
Oh, I mean, he's the second to last pick. He's only going to be good for 1 week. That's all I need. I don't need it from 1 week.
Good thing you got a Bronco though, because
Exactly. I was like, really? Where do you think Russell Wilson is for average draft position as far as quarterbacks go?
15, 16?
18.
Dang, I lost my dude. I was almost going to go 16, 17, but I was like, you're doing that wrong?
Which is hilarious because the teams, the quarterbacks that are in front of him are Goff, Richardson, Geno Smith, Daniel Jones, and Cousin.
How's Geno not getting any love? That guy had 30 touchdowns and like 4,000 yards last year.
He's still number 15.
Nice. How's Dak still so high? That guy throws more picks in practice than anybody I know.
No, but yeah, he makes sense still because I think Dak's gonna have a banner year. All right, Michael, what's up?
Yeah, I need help with. Yeah, what do you need help with?
What you got?
Spaces. All right. Well, till he comes up.
Yeah, you tell us what you got, and then we'll come to do that again. So what team should we go through real quick?
You want to go through another team, or do you want to?
Oh, you want to jump in?
Let's just. Or did you want to go over who you thought the best team was?
Let's do that.
All right.
Ooh, my best team. I'll start.
Cousins leading in passing yards from what Sleeper Draft tells me. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'm not good with
I think he'll be up there.
Oh, wow.
Man, 101 and 103.
Yes, first.
Assuming this is a dynasty draft?
Is it dynasty? Or this can't be.
Yeah, I was going to say
it has to be dynasty.
Yeah, it has to be dynasty if you have a 103, 101 and 103.
I mean, I think this is an easy answer. Or what do you do with 101? 101, you go Bijan, right? I have Walker and Stevenson as my keeper. I think that doesn't stop you from going Bijan because Walker's going to start sharing the backfield with Charbonnet now. You know, Stevenson's not going to get you as many points because of Zeke. So, you know, I still think you go Bijan number 1. 101 is Bijan. 103 is interesting, depending on who your quarterbacks are.
Is he asking us who to take with those picks? He hasn't really asked the question yet. I just want to make sure before we start jumping.
I mean, just talking about what he said so far, he can always ask the question as we're going. Yeah. But yeah, what do you think about, you know, no matter what, 101 is going to be that, right?
Oh, apparently we should. So he says he has the 101 and the 103. Yes, 2 first rounders. And then he says his keepers are Walker. So we're assuming Kenneth Walker and Ramondre Stevenson. So we're in agreement, Bijan all the way. But what about the third pick?
It depends on who his quarterbacks are. It really does. Because
if you only have 2 keepers, like who's even available to you? We're not going to really know who's available.
Exactly.
If everybody only gets to keep 2 people, I got to imagine there's going to be some decent people.
Yeah, so yes, who to pick 12-man keeper league. So.
And then, yes, as Anthony Price says.
I'm sorry. Yes, who to pick 12-man keeper league, yeah.
Stevenson will get the yards, but Zeke will get the TDs. Yep. Yeah. Unfortunately, that is what Zeke does. Thank God he's out of Dallas.
Michael, my question is, who are your quarterbacks? Do you have quarterbacks? So he has Jamar Chase as a keeper from 2 years ago. What quarterback do you have as a keeper? Do you have anyone?
Yeah, you have a quarterback. That determines the third.
Mm-hmm. Do you go, steady, Do you go with, AR-15 for a home run hitter? I think that's really where it determines.
Indeed.
What would you do? Let's say you do have a quarterback. You have an older quarterback. All right. Which one would you go for at your 103?
I don't know. I think I'm kind of leaning towards AR-15. If he's there, obviously.
Because he could go too.
Yeah, Martin. I was kind of thinking the same thing, but I wasn't gonna say it. Keeper leagues are so frustrating to me. Just go dynasty already. Yep, that's kind of how I see it too.
Mahomes is still available. I was thinking just to grab Mahomes and Kelsey right from the get-go.
Well, I mean, you can't go wrong with that, I guess.
The only thing was Kelsey. Even if you turn around and have a keeper for the next year, it's Mahomes. Kelsey is going to be gone again because, he's 32. Let's see. And Kirk Cousins. Yeah, no, except Mahomes. How do I show it?
I didn't know mine wasn't showing.
I don't know why yours, but it's fine. That's a good question about the Facebook comments. I don't know. We still have Facebook comments coming up, so I don't know. Oh, wow. The draft starts in 15 minutes, so I'm stressing. Okay.
So, but if he were to go Mahomes, because obviously you'd have to go Mahomes 1.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he would last. He would be taken 2. Would Kelsey still be available at
3? Yes, 3? Kelsey be available 3. Because the only person that's going to want is Kelsey. Yeah, no. It's hard because you don't know who's available. Who's in a keeper league?
Yeah, I don't even know who else is available. But I mean, it's hard to argue against going with Mahomes and Kelsey. Just saying.
Because even if you're doing a redraft league,
you have serviceable running backs, and it seems like there's going to be a few more running backs. You can get another one,
and you have Jamar Chase.
If you have one, and you have Jamar Chase. So
I can't see not going Mahomes Kelsey.
He says, "Oh, I got you." Kirk Cousins still ain't leading. Nothing.
Still ain't leading nothing.
I mean, I don't think he'll be bad, but I don't think he's going to be the best.
In redrafts, right now, Kelsey is going top 5.
No, he is.
He's definitely going top 5. So in keeper leagues, if you get a chance to go ahead and get Kelsey and Mahomes 1 and 3, I think you have to do that. And
yeah, I was going to say it's hard to pass on.
Yeah, but here's my question to you: what if Joe Burrow's available?
Yeah, if Joe Burrow's available, I'd almost lean towards him and a running back.
Yeah, exactly. Because now you
have that double sack with Chase.
Exactly.
But if Burrow isn't available, I'd probably go Mahomes Kelsey.
So the answer is, Michael, is that Mahomes Kelsey is the logical choice. But depending on who's available, if Burrow is available, then you could go ahead and get a running back with your 3rd pick. That would be a great move. Oh, so you don't have Jamar.
He doesn't have Chase.
Okay, I got you.
That's the reason I thought you had.
Hey, I thought you had Chase too. I
thought he had Chase. Yeah. Don't go Burrow. Especially at 103, that'd be way too high for Burrow.
So no, in this case, it's what you have to do. You have to go Mahomes Kelsey. It's the number 1 running back, number 1 pass catching anything along with the number 1 quarterback. That just makes so much sense. So yeah, I'll go that. Especially with 2 serviceable guys.
And try to fill out the rest of your team. The 3rd round, you could look for, Calvin Ridley, receiver. Oh, you're welcome. No problem. But then, like I said, 3rd round, you could look for Calvin Ridley, Running backs, you got what, Connor.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Eckler's if he's available. I still say Bijan's still a very good one.
I don't think they're going to be available in the second or third.
Wait, go QB.
Martin's not going to agree with us whatsoever.
I know, but it's
a keeper league.
In the keeper league, this is not like a regular redraft.
It's not like a redraft. So
in a keeper league, you do
with
change
both of them being available, it's hard to pass them up.
Exactly.
Because I'm sure Justin Jefferson. I'm sure like all your other top guys are probably like Justin Jefferson, McCaffrey, Chase, Eckler, Chubb. Those guys are already on someone's roster.
Exactly.
So, but if Mahomes and Kelce are sitting there,
then you take them.
Pass on that. Yeah, it's hard to pass. Yeah. So stop being lost, man.
No, I was trying to understand. I got you.
So yes, QB 1 and Kelce 3, but it isn't just any QB. It's Mahomes. And then yes, we talked about the JT news earlier. You want him in Miami? Interesting.
What would you be willing to give up? That's the question.
Your running back room is just so full as it is, though.
It is. I mean, and you don't run the ball. So why?
That's the thing. They don't run the ball. They're very pass heavy, and they already have 3 or 4 running backs, and they got to feed. You bring him in, that's just 5. And they already weren't going to pay Cook the $7 million. I don't think they're going to pay. I don't think they're going to want to play JT that much money, but I mean, you never know.
I never did keep a draft, but your question makes me not want to do it and stay away from it.
No, you either go redraft or you commit all the way and go like what we have, which is a dynasty.
Dynasty, yeah.
Keepers are they're hard.
And it's hard. You have so many different rules and how many you get to keep, and it's just so hard to deal
with.
He
said, my soul and my unborn children. Hey, man. You really want them there.
Oh, man. You would have the fastest group of specialists ever. Really.
Oh, they would, yeah. Hello, I hate keeper leagues. It's just like do dynasty. No, I agree. All
right. Well, let's finish up with this thing. Yeah, who had the best draft?
Am I going first? Or are you going first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
My favorite team right now is actually Team 4.
So you like Ross's team?
Yeah, I like Ross's team. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, it's not a bad team. I mean, his running backs are a little
scary.
But he has like the top tier, like RB2s.
Yeah.
He has Sanders.
Exactly.
Who's gonna get run into the ground by Carolina?
What? This is for 1 year. Have Sanders, White,
right?
Robinson's going to work.
Brian Robinson, yep. And then Samaje Perine, who's going to have a significant role.
Yeah. I think because this is half point PPR, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, half point PPR. I think Chase is a great one. Olave, Judy, having Mahomes is going to score him a lot of points. Everyone else has holes somewhere.
Right.
So I'll probably go there. What about you? Sanders won't last 8 weeks.
I haven't really looked at some of these teams, so I'm just trying to. Oh, that's weird. Wow. His first 3 picks were the same as mine in the draft, and we had the same draft position. That's funny.
Why are you thinking about that? I won't say Anthony Price. I seen a good team for Taylor is the Bears. No.
Definitely not liking this I don't know team. Cooper Kupp, Jonathan Taylor, DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah. I was like, yeah.
It's a recipe for disaster right there. Interesting. Yeah, I think I might have to second year roster team here.
I think it's if I was ranking them, it would be like Rasta. You know,
I feel like maybe if I could have gotten
you were up there. You were up there.
If I could have gotten a slightly better RB1, I would have probably said my team.
If you would got,
and I didn't, and if I didn't mess up if I got Miles Sanders instead
you
of
got
Chris
Miles
Godwin,
Sanders or even Damian Pierce over Godwin, I would probably pick your team.
Yeah, I would have too. With that stupid mess up of accidentally hitting Chris Godwin.
Like that's where I would go, because Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins, Watson that's great. If you had better running backs, I would go for that.
Yeah. Dang, God, my stupid fat fingers. Or no, it was loading and I didn't know it went through, and so I hit it again. And then it went through right before I hit it, and then I drafted the Godwin. God dang it. He says Sanders won't last 8 weeks. No,
yeah, he
probably won't. But for those 8 weeks, he'll be really good.
He will be, and it'll be fine.
Because he'll be on the field all the time.
And White's going to be there all the time. And then Robinson's going to score a lot of touchdowns. So I think that works out still.
Yeah. And obviously Jamar Chase and Chris Olave are solid. You got Patrick Mahomes at QB. Don't have to worry about another QB. Let's just throw Jerry Jeudy in at the number 3 receiver. So
no, I think that's a good one.
They got JSN and Rashad Bateman, Rasheed Rice, Jonathan Mingo.
And you still have Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
And Rasheed Rice might be a sleeper thing, because you might score a lot of points with that, sneakily. No one will see it coming.
And then he waits that long to get a tight end, but then he gets Dalton Kincaid, who I think he's going to eat this year.
He's going to eat a lot. So yeah,
I think he's going to be the second target behind Diggs.
But does that scare you that he only has one tight end?
If it was another position, maybe, but tight end, not really. I mean, you could take a number 2 tight end, put him in, and if he fumbles or gets negative yards, he'll get negative points, and it would have been better to not play him.
Yeah, and you could always pick someone up off the scrap.
Exactly, and if it was a real league, you could just stream that position that week.
Yeah.
Because tight end, I mean, after those top tight ends, it's wide open.
Are you worried about Stefon Diggs with all that news that we heard early in the week that everyone's coming out and says not true?
What was
he wants out of Buffalo?
Well, he wants out of Buffalo. Oh no. Josh Allen was doing the podcast circuit, and he was talking about how that whole thing was blown out of proportion.
Yeah,
and how,
everyone said it's untrue. Yeah.
And they're saying yeah, he did leave practice one day, but then the very next day he was back, is what Josh Allen said. And he was and he didn't even really leave that practice. He went in to go talk to the people because he got called into the office.
And his never came back out.
But it was towards the end of practice. So they told him he could just go home. So they were yeah, it's not like you got into an argument with him and then just left. It didn't come back. He was back the next day. He said it wasn't an issue, that they all had his back. So
I don't see him resigning.
Until he says it himself, I'm inclined to think that it's just.
I don't see him resigning. I don't know. I
don't know if he resigns, but I still think he'll play out his contract. I don't think he's going to bully his way out.
He has 1 year left.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think so.
Okay. All right, we'll put this to bed for that. I got a couple questions for you before we finish up. Deshaun Watson said he knows that he has to prove again that he's elite. Is that really the question? Is he elite, or is he even a viable option right now? Does he have to prove he has more steps than everyone thinks that he's saying he has? Because he looked awful at the end of the season. And though me and Martin thought that he was going to be able to do what he's, come out and be a monster.
Well, I mean, prove he's elite is an understatement. But I think it's one of those things that anyone with a half a brain realizes it's going to take time.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to miss better part of 2 years of football activities and expect to just come in guns a-blazing and be in where you left off. It's just not going to happen. I feel like football Hey, what's up, Michael?
What's up, Michael? We were just talking about your team, bro.
Well, we thought it was two other people's teams first, if you want to go. But we got there.
We did figure it out.
I feel like football is one of those things that's like based on habits. Like you do your thing, get a routine. You go to practice. You obviously have to get a feel for your teammates. And like I feel like quarterback is the biggest part of that. Mm-hmm. And being away so long, you're not going to just be able. It's just not going to happen. Doesn't matter how good you are.
Unless you're Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, but he'll only do it one time, and then he'll fall apart again.
Are you surprised that he was named the starter? Because I've been saying it for weeks that he was going to be the number one guy. I mean, it's Kyle Trask, guys.
Yeah. It's not like it was like, oh, we beat out Tom Brady. No, it was Kyle Trask.
Like,
don't get me wrong. They did take him in the second round. So you would think, like, taking that high.
It was in the worst, like, draft for QBs in the last 5 years.
So, but yeah. I thought he was taken in the draft before that. He wasn't in the same one with Malik Willis and Sam Howell. Desmond Ridder.
What draft was that with Kyle Trask? Let's see.
I thought he was in the same one with Pitts. So.
Stephen Martin's comment. Miles Sanders has 77% chance of being injured.
Predicted them as 3.4 games, 8.3 per game chance of getting hurt. Yeah, I'm not shocked.
And nothing about that. He could be hurt, but every running back is going to get hurt. So that's why, I think that's overstated. All of them are going to be hurt.
But it's like, how hurt are they? Can they still play if they're hurt? You know what I mean, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, we'll be honest. I feel like 95% of all players by week 15, none of them will be 100%.
Not wrong.
Because as George Kittle says, playing on Sunday is like getting into 7 car accidents. It's going to have a toll on your body. Yeah. I don't know. I saw some compilation video on social media earlier today, and it was like biggest NFL hits. I couldn't watch. I halfway through, I had to turn it off. I was like, oof.
Well, one of those hits, was it Sean Taylor? Did you see the Sean Taylor one? They're talking about him. They're talking about how amazing he was, and they're talking about
no one
Pro
wanted
Bowl
to go.
game.
Oh yeah, he took out someone in a Pro Bowl game. No one wanted to go over they would line up and be like, I'm not going over the middle of that field.
So Reggie Wayne was talking about. Said Peyton looked at him and said, "Hey, you're going to run a skinny post." And then he looked at Peyton and said, "Dude, did you know who's in the middle of the damn field?"
He said,
and then so he ran
this was a real stat. And he says most of them say it's going to be his right leg. Oh, I'm sure that's a real thing someone came up with.
Yeah, but I'm sure that, as I said, every running back is going to get hurt. So whatever, but I know he hates him, so it makes sense.
Right leg, huh? Interesting.
Peyton Manning threw the skinny post to Reggie Wayne. Reggie Wayne was open, right? But he threw it behind him, right? And Reggie Wayne didn't understand why he threw it behind him, and it hit him in his butt. And he was like, what the heck? And then he sees Sean Taylor just kind of like a missile go right in front of Reggie Wayne. And he came back to the huddle and Peyton Manning said, I saved your life. You owe me. And then like later in that same game is where they tried to they ran a fake punt and they're running up the sidelines. And then you see like a missile of Sean Taylor just destroyed.
Yeah, it wasn't even a pass play. It was a pump play. It was a fake pump play that he destroyed somebody. Well, that's like, Sean Taylor. He's 150% or nothing.
Yeah. No. Would have been one of the best, man. That was great.
I don't know. One of them, the dude got hit, and he hit, and I was like, that dude is out. Like, I could tell. There was a receiver going over the middle. He caught the ball. There was a guy on his legs, and then the other guy comes up and just smacks him this way. And as soon as he gets hit, the guy's just on his knees like this, not moving. I was like, that guy's out. This was from like 20 years ago, probably.
Exactly. He played the game like you used to see in the 90s. You know, when safeties are going to kill you. You don't go over the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Michael says, 4 more days to his fantasy draft. You got your strategy ready? You know what you're going to looking for?
Yeah, what are you doing? You gonna do the Kelsey build? I guess it depends on what you're drafting, huh?
It does matter where you draft, yeah.
One on the left hand, one on the right groin, 2 in his right hamstring, 3 in his right knee. Good Lord, what are you looking at? Is it just like a body map of Miles Sanders with lines and percentages on which part of his body is going to break down?
If that's what it says for him, I want to know what it says for Swift.
What about McCaffrey?
McCaffrey, who's hurt all the time. Like, what does it say for these other guys? I mean,
right?
Miles Sanders is not known for being hurt all the time as much as at least some other guys. They are always hurt.
Right.
So I'm interested.
What's it say for Penny?
Oh my God. It's going to say 100. Just everywhere.
It's glass.
It's going to say that.
I'm just imagining like one of those video game screens where it shows your body with all the health.
Yeah.
And every time Miles Sanders takes a hit, a little bit goes down.
Oh man. Mortal Kombat for football. That's
right.
Awesome. So that 2021 draft, that's the Mac Jones, Justin Fields.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the one that got drafted. Yeah. Yeah, Kyle Pitts, right?
Yep. Kyle Pitts was 4.
Was 4. Yeah, I was gonna say.
I mean, I thought it's the Trevor Lawrence draft, but yeah, Kyle Pitts was there. It's the Jamar Chase draft.
Yeah.
Jalen Waddle, man, this is
Justin
a good draft.
Fields draft.
Justin Fields, Micah Parsons,
Jamin Davis.
This is a great draft.
I think that's what we got. Jamin Davis, isn't it?
Yep, Jamin Davis, Najee Harris,
Zaven Collins to the Cardinals.
Travis Etienne.
Etienne was in the 20s. They traded back up for him.
So this was a good draft. It's too bad it wasn't good for them. Not good for the Bucks.
Did they even have a first? No, they traded back.
Yeah. My internship allows me to have access to so many things.
Oh, he's doing it through his internship. Okay, cool.
I want to know what the numbers are for Swift. Or Penny. I
said Penny. I want to know that one. I don't remember last time that guy was healthy.
He doesn't remember either.
And he goes to the Eagles. I was like,
and that's why they're looking for JT right now.
Yeah, right. That's why they're in the JT sweepstakes.
So we got 2 guys made of glass on this team. We need somebody else.
I swear to God, if the Colts traded to the Eagles, I'm gonna boycott the Colts. I'm never going to your stupid stadium, Colts.
It is right down the street from your house.
It is right down the street from my house. You're right. Yeah, Rashad Penny. The guy's probably like at 100% to get hurt, right?
Yeah, it's guaranteed.
Yeah, he's like, he sees his body chart. It's like 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%.
When will he be hurt? It's gonna say like, some say week 1, week 2, week 3. It'll say preseason. What's
Tua? This is probably 77% head.
Oh yeah, head 90.
Yeah. He's got a 95% chance of getting hurt. 90% chance it's his head.
That's so bad.
It is very bad. And I don't want to make light of it because it is bad, but
all right.
I mean, you got to think if he gets even 1, he hangs him up.
Oh, it should be done. It should be done. I don't want anything else with him.
I was someone close to him. I'd be like, bro, you need to call it a day, man.
No, you gotta get your money, but you get a chance. This is your opportunity.
91.
91%.
2 games, 13.2 per game chance. Wow. What was?
It should be 100%.
So he's 13.2 per game. Miles Sanders was only 8.3. Told you it'd be high for Penny. I told you.
All right. I got a couple of questions for you for our last couple of minutes. We're gonna do this.
Okay.
You tell me who's ranked higher as far as overall draft stock. I'm gonna give you 2 names, and you gotta tell me which one's better.
Okay.
All right. I'll start easy. Joe Mixon or Joe Burrow? Whose draft stock is higher?
Ooh, that is kind of a hard one. Let's say Joe Burrow.
Joe Mixon by this much, but it's Joe Mixon.
But the fact that it's that close though is
tells you a lot
crazy.
because Joe Mixon's RB14 and Joe Burrow's QB5.
I was like RB.
Yeah, QB5.
That's Justin Fields. No, I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
I'm kidding.
The slander. You know what? That's all right. All you guys eat your words. You eat your words.
Just kidding. He can throw the ball 4 yards downfield.
We'll see. Okay. So you're going there. Justin Fields or Deebo Samuel?
Deebo? Well, I mean, it depends though. If we were doing PPR,
this is overall.
I'm gonna say Deebo still though, but not by much.
Justin Fields is QB6, and Deebo is wide receiver 17. There are 4 spots difference. One's 40 and the other one's 44. So
I knew it was close.
It's very close.
But it was Deebo who was 40?
Yep.
No, it's definitely close. And I've seen Fields go kind of high in some mock drafts. So.
All right, here we go. DeAndre Hopkins or Trevor Lawrence?
Oh, I mean, I know which one I would pick.
This is redraft. This is not dynasty. This is not.
I know. But even in redraft, I feel more. I don't know. I'm not high on Hopkins right now, and I'm a Hopkins owner. So I'm gonna say Hopkins is probably higher.
All right, so Hopkins is wide receiver 21, and Trevor Lawrence is QB8.
Which makes no sense to me. Like going into next year, I promise you, T-Law will be QB5.
I don't know, not fantasy.
No, you don't think so?
Not fantasy. Because you have dual threat quarterbacks that are always going to be in front of him. Even though he could be a better quarterback, I think he's going to be a top 6 quarterback next year, period, overall.
So speaking of dual threat quarterbacks, I saw a stat that popped up during that Monday Night Football game. Who was putting Sam Howell up towards with running, could be up there. He could be an underrated running quarterback for fantasy purposes.
I think if he runs the ball, he's going to get hit so hard one time, and everyone watching him will regret that.
He already had that one play in the preseason game. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, you need to stop running.
He was trying to get that touchdown. He was trying to get that touchdown. I'm like, bro, you need to just go down.
It's not about being a good athlete. It's about being a good runner. So Sam Howell's a good athlete. He can run, he can throw, he has accuracy, he has also. But if you're not used to running the ball in the NFL, you shouldn't. You just shouldn't.
Yeah.
You know, because what you gonna do after when he's on the bench? You know, seeing four McLaurens.
Was Heineke a good running quarterback? Heineke?
Like so, you don't have a chance for Heineke.
I know we don't have him, but I'm just asking if you think he's a good running quarterback.
I think he's elusive. He's elusive. Yeah. But when you have a big arm, I think a lot of times you sit there, you're trained to sit in and make the tough throws. That means you're gonna take big hits, and that means you don't understand what spacing means. You know how close someone to being to you, how it can affect you with the hit, and I think that's always dangerous. Which is why I was worried about Justin Fields when he first came into the NFL running the ball, because he was a drop back quarterback, and he just happened to be fast enough to get away with some of the stuff. You know, but when
I need Bieniemy to put some of that Mahomes magic on Howell, because I'll tell you one thing I was not impressed with. Now, granted, I don't think 2 or 3 of our starters played, but our offensive line did not look good.
Nope.
Like at first drive,
you guys only had 2 starters.
Yeah, I think because I know Leno didn't play.
What? That doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know you don't like him, but he's still a serviceable tackle. Okay.
Yeah,
serviceable. Okay. But I don't know. There was that one play where he basically hiked the ball, and then it was in shotgun, and like as soon as he got the ball, I was like, there's like 5 defenders next to him. Like, hey, what is happening here?
That's every play for Justin Fields.
So that's what I said. If he's going to need to learn, not necessarily run the ball, but at least be like elusive enough to get out and run to the flats to throw the ball.
I agree with that.
I was like, whatever you guys were doing with Mahomes over there, shake some of that on him because he's gonna need it.
So you remember Mahomes in that championship game, the Super Bowl?
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't get away from that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could throw the ball sideways.
So,
you got anything else? I don't have much else.
No, I think that's it.
Okay. We'll close out your show, man.
All right. Who said, man? I knew my timestamps.
1:32:08. Mark closes out.
Not but 09. We're at 15 now, so it doesn't matter. All right. Well, thanks, guys, for watching. It was a good show. We went over our draft, talked some preseason football. Commanders, maybe they're not going to be as bad. I know Martin didn't say a thing about the Commanders. I'm interested. I know you told me that you think they're going to be better than what you thought they were. Not that they're going to win, 30 million games, but
yeah. Hey, but 6 is a good number. That's a good number.
I agree. That's what I said. 6. That's what I said. So, but I feel like each week, I mean, granted, it's just preseason, but each week, seeing what they're doing, they're looking better. I like what I'm seeing with the enemy. So we'll have to see. Week 1, no offense, Braden, but another preseason game.
We count all Arizona games as bye weeks, guys.
Right, right. At least until Kyler Murray comes back. I feel like he'll add a little bit of a dimension if he's healthy.
I think they don't play him. They just
might
as well get to as high of a draft pick as you can.
So, thanks, Martin, for being in the chat. Thanks, Michael, for showing up. Thanks, other Michael, for asking our question. Yeah. We should have told him to let us know how his draft goes.
He's probably doing it right now.
Oh, I know. That's what I said. I know. So, thanks, Anthony. Thanks, Kirk Cousins washed. Who else do we have? We have Roman.
Yeah.
And then James in the beginning. That guy always shows up in the beginning of the dips. Braden, he was here. Alex was here. Yep. Yeah. So thanks, guys, for watching. Appreciate it. We'll be here Sunday, Wednesday, Tuesday, hopefully.
Yes.
I saw you did Spoiler Kings yesterday.
Well, you know what? Honestly, it was because the game was so bad. And I wasn't talking about Tyson Bagent anymore. I'm tired of hearing all this Tyson Bagent love. I'm not doing it. I'm done. So I told him, I'm out, man. I can't do this.
Can't be doing that during the season, though. It's going to be our waiver wire.
Oh, no. Come on. I'm on every show.
I know. But I just thought it was funny that I looked up to see what's going on. And I was like, wait, Spoiler Kings. That's not. I was like, wait, is it Monday? No, it's Tuesday.
I was
What's
like,
happening?
Nope, I'm not doing this, man.
I literally looked at my watch to be like, it's Monday. I was like having deja. I thought maybe I was in Groundhog Day because you guys were on Monday. And I thought maybe I woke up and it was Monday again.
Oh, man.
I was like, Spoiler Kings. That's not today.
I was waiting for it. Was Ahsoka. I was like, nope. I'm not talking about Tyson Bagent. I am not doing this anymore. No, I would talk about the Commanders all yesterday. That's what I would have done because I like that game.
He said, had me waiting. Yeah, he was waiting, man.
Yeah, right. Mark comes in at the last 10 minutes.
But all right, thanks, guys. So, Panda Grizzly. Well, Grizzly, I guess, on Tuesdays.
It's Grizzly and Company, guys. Grizzly and Company.
It's Grizzly and Koala Bear. Isn't that takes the name? Koala Bear. It's the Grizzly Koala Bear show. On Tuesdays, we're here Wednesdays. Obviously, we got Morning Spike, and then every other day of the week, and sometimes on Tuesdays, you got Spoiler Kings. If you like movies, check them out.
Never again on Tuesdays, guys. But it was a lot of fun. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys later. So, see you guys
later.
Getting hyped when I aim up, elevating that game up, stepping up to the competition. Only first place, and that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave, eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up into place. I was born and when I watched me elevate.